Get on board with us today for a wild ride full of history, horsepower, and things even get a little bit steamy. So folks, today we're here at Beamish, the Living Museum of the North East, and I'm here with some fellow YouTubers. We've got Wandering with Watto and Alan Metalman Outdoors. And somewhere taking a photograph is Kim's Picks 59 as well. So one of the reasons we came here was to meet up with Paul and with Alan. Now, what's great, because Alan can remember what it's like for most of this museum from his youth. I mean, what I'm talking about is obviously the 1950s, but not the 1800s. So this is the cinema that was reassembled from one that existed in Rye. I can remember this building being derelict, and it's been all done out as a full-on cinema. So maybe we're going to take a look inside. So every single bit of this 50s town has been painstakingly recreated from existing buildings, including the cinema, as I've just mentioned. So we're going to check it all out.
Yeah.
Huge, those projectors in now. The Adventures of Alan. Say no more.
So we're inside the projection room here at what was Rye Cinema, now at Beamish, and we've got all the fantastic gear that a projectionist would have needed to use to make a cinema experience for somebody back in the 1950s.
I hope that was a comfortable ride.
This is cool. You've got a little bit of a repairs department here if your radio's gone on the blink or your early TV. So here we've got a 1950s sort of white goods department store. All the radios, refrigerators. Everything you need for your 1950s house. So if you're watching this video on your 75-inch plasma TV, remember this is what you'd be watching on back in the 1950s. So whilst I wasn't around in the 1950s, growing up in the 1970s and 80s, I used to like to stand and have a look in the toy shop windows in Sunderland. So as well as all of the modern toys in there, there are loads of nostalgic toys you can go and check out. You can't buy those ones though, but you can, if you want, pick up something very similar. I think now we're going to go and check out the record shop and see what records I've got from Alan's youth. So we've got the fish and chip shop here, which is looking busy already. Proper traditional fish and chip shop. And next door we've got cafe and sweet shop. So we've got Elizabeth's hair salon there. Will it fit me in for a perm? So that's the 50s village done, and we're going to get on and check out the rest of the museum. So we're in the bakery and temptation has got the better of us. We're going to have to order something. So this is right up my street. We've got a photographer's studio and we're going to go and have a look inside. So we've got Barclays Bank here and the Masonic Hall. So check out the scales there for weighing all the coins. So guys, it's time to roll up my trouser leg and get inside the Masonic Hall. So here we go, time to get inside a secret society and see what it's all about. This is quite a grand, quite opulent building. So what is really cool about Beamish is being able to wander around all these buildings as they were back in the day, and really taking in part of the history. Just going to make our way across the cobbled streets and check out some of the other shops and facilities here in Beamish. So there's the Dentistry here as well as some other businesses, and we're going to, I think, check out the garage. So the garage is really popular, but we'll see if we can find our way around and take a look at some of the exhibits. Nice leather jacket there for either driving your open-top car or perhaps motorcycling. Got an old Model T Ford in the corner there. Several motorcycles. Lovely old matchless bike there, if you want to do your Wallace and Gromit impressions. So we're inside the Co-op here, which is a store that came from Anfield Plain in County Durham. Now, back in the 1900s, my great-grandfather worked for the Co-op as a delivery boy and store assistant before he went off to World War I. So this is the type of place he would have worked in, and yeah, we're going to take a look around. So the Co-op was obviously a socialist movement where if you joined the Co-op and you paid, you got dividend, which meant you got money back on everything you purchased. And that helped people to be able to buy things and also save money. So this is all the hardware and household appliances and bits and pieces you'd need for your house in this part of the Co-op. But the Co-op sold absolutely everything from clothing to food. So if you needed something for your Sunday best, you'd head down to the Co-op and you'd buy everything here. So after all of that gingerbread earlier, I think perhaps I should go to get my teeth checked at the dentist.
You're good with it, so aren't you?
I'm really scared.
So this house would have belonged to quite an affluent family. Looking at what they have inside. By the looks of it, another one of Watto's relatives. So we'll go and check out the solicitor's office. So folks, I hope you can hear me. The noise of the fairground over the other side of the tracks. But we've decided we're going to go for a little bit of a train ride. It is only going to be a short train ride. Literally, the train went about 2 minutes ago and it's back again already. But it's all part of the experience. So we're going to go and check it out and see if we can jump on the train. And I think we're going to jump in the end carriage. So we did have a trip on the train, however we did choose that carriage at the back which didn't have any windows in, so there was nothing for us to see or record. But yeah, short little trip just down the tracks there and back. Enjoyable and great experience for kids, certainly. They don't call them steam trains for nothing. So now we're going to check out all the fun of the fair.
Now that is an impressive organ.
So behind us, what have we got here, Alan?
Shuggy boats,
What?
swing boats,
So there you go. That's the Great North Divide in action. And they're definitely called shuggy boats. So we're just waiting now in the queue, waiting to get our photographs taken. Alan's obviously very excited about it, as is Paul. Paul has volunteered to wear one of the ladies' dresses for the photo. But that was good fun in the photographers there. I'll put a picture up on screen of the actual photograph we got taken. We got to dress up in period costume and sit and pose for a photograph as they would have done in the Edwardian era. So behind me here, this is 1900s town, so Edwardian era. But we're going to get on the bus, hopefully. It is quite busy. We're going to get on the bus and head off to the pit village. So we've got off the bus there and we're heading down here to the pit village. So this is Hetton Silver Band Hall. Now this is actually from Hetton Hall, which is where I grew up as a child. So it's interesting to see a bit of local history transported here to Beamish. So I'm guessing this is the stables, perhaps, for the pit ponies. So indeed, this is the stables for the pit ponies. If you don't know what a pit pony is, down the mines to move the carts full of coal, we used small ponies to take the coal up to the surface. This is Flash, the pit pony, and I think he's about to go out for a wander, which I think he's looking forward to quite a bit. So most pit ponies lived their entire existence underground. Only occasionally, if they were lucky to make it up to retirement, would they then come up to the surface, or if they were lucky and the pit had a closure for a couple of weeks for a holiday, then they would get out for their own holidays and get out and up to the surface. So now we're going to go back to school and go and check out the schoolhouse here, which was from Beamish itself. So these cottages are from Hetton Hall, which is the little town I grew up in. So nice to see them. These apparently were taken down and transferred here to Beamish in about the late 70s. So we'll just have a quick walk through of one of the cottages. Nearly turned my ankle there on this uneven. So if you can see, it's a little brick road. So we're just going to wander in and take a look.
Easier than the newspaper.
The kitchen was quite busy there. That's the room with the fire in it. Everybody's keen to see how a coal fire works. I can obviously remember that from being a kid and my grandparents having coal fires. So this would be your main room. This is your living room and also your bedroom in this cottage. And there is a traditional northeast clippy mat, which was made. You'd use all of the rags, all of the old materials that you had, and you'd work that through a piece of base material and make that into a mat, also known as a proggy mat, I think, in Tyneside. So we're just going to come out now and have a look. So these cottages, as I say, were taken down and rebuilt. So here we've got some canaries, which were very important in mining. Canaries, of course, kept miners safe. And how did they do that? Well, the miners would take a canary down into the pit with them in a cage if the canary died. And they knew there was a large amount of carbon monoxide or explosive gas, and they knew they had to get out of the mine and get back to the surface. Next door, of course, a pigeon loft, which is another working man's pursuit, racing pigeons. And of course, over here, you've got another animal enclosure, also known as a cree. So my granddad had greyhounds, which he used to keep in a cree like this. There's Watto and Alan heading into the colliery, so we're going to go and check out and see what there is to see in the colliery here at Beamish. So another little bit of family history. Great grandfather used to be the fireman and then the driver of some of the coal locomotives that used to transport the coal from the local mines to the ports. And yeah, it's some happy memories from my father, who he used to get a ride on the trains in his summer break from school, which you can imagine now would just be a health and safety nightmare and would just never happen. So guys, we're rapidly running out of time. Now we were here around about 10 o'clock this morning. Now we spent all day here and it's now 4:15. The museum does shut at 5 o'clock. So I don't think we're going to get around everything today, but we're going to give it a good try. What is good about your entry fee is the fact that it actually lasts for a whole year. So you get a ticket which you can use and come back again, which is handy if you're like me and Alan and you live locally, a bit of a drive for Watto from Gloucester. So this is Pockerley Old Hall, which was from the 1820s. We're going to have a look inside. The table set there for afternoon tea. Very nice. Let's see what this room's all about. Loads of grain stores here. So a water trough or a bath. And here's something to deter you from trespassing. Got another nice bedroom here. Lovely views out over the garden here. Very quaint. This will be the master bedroom. Nice old double bed there, with a chamber pot underneath in case you get caught short during the night. Again, lovely view over the garden. roaring fire there, or it would be. So we'll take a walk out into the garden and Watchman and Kim are out here already. Do like the shrubbery here. They can certainly come and do my house and Tim the hedges there. We're looking over there towards the locomotive works, and this area I presume was for vegetables. Poor scarecrow though seems to have lost his head. So we've just arrived at feeding time for these pigs, who can't wait to get some grub. And that's obviously them put away for the night. So last call, I think we're off to the Drovers Tavern and we're going to go and have a wander in. Alan's already in there, clearly after a pint. We did hope to get the tram back, however it is full. So yeah, unfortunately we didn't get a tram right today, so that's a good reason to come back and get back and do another video. So just as we started the day, we're back on the bus to head back to the car park. Right guys, we've had an absolutely fantastic day here at Beamish with Watto and Kim. So wandering with Watto, Kim's Picks 59, and of course the legend that is Alan Metalman Outdoors. Links in the description of course to all their channels. Go and check out all of their content and you won't be disappointed. So again, absolutely fantastic day. If you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up and like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye for now.